has been working. Economically, we focus on youth and youth emancipation. We've been able to use this tool and dedicate this tool towards youth emancipation, and it's been working very well. So our set goals economically, we are making progress. The third one is our set goals traditionally. Traditionally, it's our heritage. Things that you're seeing is our pride. We shouldn't let foreign tradition take charge in everything we do. There is no nation that has grown outside our heritage and tradition.
His Royal Majesty Ojaja II does not hesitate to answer this call at all times. He steps out amid praises and joy as he moves to serve his people. As he carries out his duty of service to the people, the traditional ruler finds his professional background come in handy as he occupies this exalted position.
Every day in my life, before I go to bed, I will give account what have I achieved today. Thanks to my background, I will check every night. Have I been impactful to my community? Have I made some people smile? Have I given some people hope as a traditional ruler? How well have I lived up to that expectation? So, thanks to my background, accounting, you must be accountable to the last penny, to the last couple. So it is very important for traditional rulers to be accountable.
The commitments of His Majesty Eneton Ogunwusi to the service of his people has endeared him to them. His numerous achievements within a short period makes his subjects feel at home, and their confidence in him is further heightened.
The little 2 years he has spent on throne, he has moved like train, economically, culturally, heritage, socially. He has made Ife to be on top, and making a friendship with other kingdoms. He has made a lot there. Then setting peace around the world, he has made a good mark as well.
We thank God that we have been looking forward to see a king like this, our new king now. And we thank God that God has given him to us. So now this king has came now, and they came and they opened everybody's eye and see that this is where the source is. We are the source here. Everything comes up from here, and we are here to maintain everything. Now he brought us up now that what has lost before, now you come back again. So we are now here now, every day here. You do festival here every day, cultural festival here every day to appease the gods, to appease them and let them know that, so the whole world will know that, this is where they come from.
His Royal Majesty Ojaja II is highly respected by his people. He is also widely respected both nationally and internationally. Culturally, the moment the Oni steps into his chamber, The floor is opened for the usual rites by the chanters and others. This is followed by paying homage to the Oni by the Osoris, who are the representatives of the deities, both individually and in As the occupants of the exalted position of the Oni, the kingdom of Ife and the progressive Oni Adeyeye emphasizes the position of traditional rulers as the key ingredient in nation building. To him, unity of purpose is greater than the struggle for supremacy if Nigeria must progress.
It is very important for traditional rulers to know that they have a huge and bigger responsibility, and they must lead by example. Traditional rulers must watch what they do, how they conform themselves, how they comport themselves, how they give judgment out, because whatever they do, it has. So we should look at things that bind us together other than things that separate us.
At the heart of the kingdom of Ife is the recognition given to women. His Majesty Enetone Ogunwusi upholds this virtue as the women in council continue to enjoy unabated recognition as provided by the culture of the kingdom of Ife, to which he is a custodian. A good leader who leads his people well and continues to work for their success in the manner Oni Adeyeye does really deserves the support of all.
No, my Lord loves everybody. We have to love him too. Whatever programs he introduces, we have to follow. And we have to abide by his tongue, his imperial tongue. So we have to love him too, abide by his program, abide by his advice. So whatever he wants, we have to do. And that is what is happening now.
despite being someone who is to determine his hobbies.
There is no sport that I don't know how to do. I used to like to do horse riding. I had a couple of investments in setting up resorts, playing golf. Unfortunately, I've not really had time to start doing that. I will have to probably make like 10, 20 people smile every day. So that's part of my hobby. So I'm trying to make it to be in line to what I do every day, because my time now is I am so busy. I am so engrossed in what I'm doing because I do things with a lot of passion. So, well, someday, and I believe that things will be relaxed, then I can go back and play table tennis, lawn tennis, I can play golf, and just feel very friendly hobbies.
If you wonder why the appearances of the Oni, Osiris, and others are in white, that depicts purity and spirituality, which the kingdom of Ife symbolizes. The kingdom of Ife and the entire history of Yoruba land, another page has been opened. The future surely looks brighter with Oni Adeye Eneton Ogunwusi Ojaja II in charge.
What Senegal lost in 2008 due to insecurity in neighboring country, Mauritania, went to South America. The Paris-Dakar Rally was an annual off-road endurance event that began in 1978 and had people from every part of the human world. However, it was cancelled, meaning businesses and tourism went away. But the end of that show was not all that could be seen in Senegal, the country popularly referred to as the gateway to Africa. In fact, everything about Senegal is best. With more than 17 million people, Senegal is home to about 20 ethnic groups who speak distinct languages, such as the Wolof, who represent about 43% of the population, the Jula, Sere, Jola, and others. Located at the westernmost point of Africa, Senegal holds every feature of a nation, blessed with semi-arid grassland, oceanfront, and tropical rainforest. The nation's climate season is pleasant, having dry and humid seasons that result from northeast winter winds and southwest summer winds. With an area of about 196,722 kilometers, Senegal is bordered to the north and northeast by Mauritania, east by Mali, to the south by Guinea and Guinea-Bissau, and to the west by the Atlantic Ocean. Senegal encountered colonialism in the 1850s during the abolition of slave trade. France, having been trading in slaves, proceeded inland to occupy more kingdoms and began colonial administration. But in 1959, as a French colony, she merged with French Sudanese to form the Mali Federation to gain independence from France. But the federation did not last due to political misunderstanding. However, in August 1960, she proclaimed her independence while French Sudanese became Mali as an independent nation. Senegal was lucky to have had as a leader one of Africa's Pan-Africanists in the person of Leopold Sedar Senghor, a Catholic and politician who was cerebral in Senegalese poetry. He instituted African socialism in Senegal and ruled the Gateway country for 20 years. In 1980, after 20 years, is one of the few countries in Africa that had had peaceful transition of power even from the ruling party to the opposition, a mark that has made the country to be peaceful. Senegal's economy is driven majorly by peanut and fishing. Other cash crops such as cotton and sugarcane also have been expanding the revenue base of the country, including providing employment for the nation. The capital city, Dakar, is home to huge financial transactions among French West African countries.
This is the network service of the NTA.
According to experts, vitamins are necessary for boosting the immune system as they help humans stay afloat. Living and building relationships in this era of non-communicable diseases, it is imperative for us to work on improving the immune system while avoiding predisposing factors. Now, there are different types of vitamins working for the well-being of the human system. While many come as supplements, thanks to science, a good number are given freely by nature in our food and fruits. Interestingly, others come with sunshine and seasons. For example, that early morning sunshine we often try to avoid provides us with a good amount of vitamin D. Yes, the sunlight vitamin. That is the crux of our discourse today. My guest is an integrative medicine specialist, Dr. John Tor Agbide. Great to have you join us on the program, Doctor.
Always my pleasure.
First, let's talk about vitamins now in general. How relevant are they for healthy living?
Well, thank you very much, Asal. It is really very important for us to lay some ground rules here that will facilitate our understanding better. When you call a product a vitamin, it means it is a vital amine. And honestly, our body requires several what we call micronutrients, that is vitamins and then, minerals. And, to score that point, let's go straight to vitamin D. The name vitamin D is actually a misnomer in the sense that it is not a vitamin. Go out there and during hot afternoon, which that type of sun is not really very important, useful to. You're burning yourself. The morning one is the real thing that helps in the conversion of inactive form of vitamin D to the active form.
Yeah. Okay. Now, best form of acquiring or getting vitamin D now?
There are two forms of vitamin D. The ones we get from animals, the source, which is one that we are animals, that's what we use mainly, is vitamin D3. Then there is also vitamin D2, which is gotten from plants. But that one is not of immediate relevance. We are concerned with vitamin D3 that has to be converted to its active form. And I've listed the various sources where you can get vitamin D3. Meat, nuts, eggs, red meat, liver, and co. 15 nanograms per milliliter of vitamin D. More so in cancer patients, we want to see them over, 100 nanograms per milliliter, so that it can really boost and control the immune system.
Many thanks, Doctor, for that insight. Now, let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk more about vitamin D. Stay with us.
Kuka that's the name in Hausa.
That is call it Oshe.
In Yoruba.
Oshe, Igi Oshe.
Okay, so I know it's Kuka.
I am delighted to have you join us on Health Options, the program that not only tracks government policies on health.
The total cholesterol is made up of some components. The high density lipoprotein, which is the good cholesterol, the low density hypoprotein, which is the bad.
Cervical cancer. For women to get screened for both cervical and breast cancer, maybe up to 30,000, but we'll be having figures of 5,000.
If you just joined us, the program is Health Options on the NTA, and today our focus is on vitamin D, which we've been talking about with our guest, Dr. Tor. Many thanks for being there, Doctor. Now, fact or fiction, does vitamin D help prevent cancer, and how much of it is it recommended? I know you
tell you that any disease you are treating or managing, if you correct vitamin D levels, you are on a better win-win side in terms of, the clinical outcome of the patient. Vitamin D is so key.
Can it also be taken in a
stroke or any managing diabetes or hypertension? You need more, maybe 3 times a day. Yeah. So it is very important to really understand. People don't know, and that's why it is advised that don't embark on taking supplements on your own alone. See your medical doctor for advice. No. If take for example, let's do vitamin D. You're
going to feel a bit of soreness, and then you're going to feel radiation. So these are the things. You can put